Computational Science. Ang title ko ay Absolute and Relative Error. I'm Errol Empinollar from BSCS 3A. Absolute error definition. Absolute error is the difference between measured and inferred value and the actual value of a quantity. The absolute error is inadequate due to the fact that it does not give any details regarding the importance of the error. While measuring distance between cities kilometers apart, an error a few centimeters is negligible and is irrelevant. Consider another case where an error of centimeters when measuring small machine parts is a very significant error. But the errors are in the order of centimeters, but the second error is more severe than the first one. Absolute error formula. If x is the actual value of a quantity and x raised to 0 is the measured value of the quantity, then the absolute error value can be calculated using the formula angle x equal x raised to 0 minus x. Here, angle x is called an absolute error. If we consider multiple measurements, then the arithmetic mean of absolute errors of individual measurements should be the final absolute error. Absolute error example. For example, 24.13 is the actual value of a quantity and 25.09 is the measure of inferred value. Then the absolute error will be absolute error 25.09 minus 24.13 equals 0.86. Most of the time, it is sufficient to record only 2 decimal digits of the absolute error. Thus, it is sufficient to state that the absolute error of the approximation 4.55 to the correct value is 4.538 is 0.012. Relative error. The relative error is defined as the ratio of the absolute error of the measurement to the actual measurement. Using this method, we can determine the magnitude of the absolute error in terms of the actual size of the measurement. If the true measurement of the object is not known, then the relative error can be found using the measured value. The relative error gives an indication of how good measurement is relative to the size of the object being measured. If x is the actual value of a quantity, x raised to 0 is the measured value of the quantity, and angle x is the absolute error, then the relative error can be measured using the below formula. Relative error, close parenthesis, x raised to 0 minus x, close parenthesis, divided by x equal, close parenthesis, angle x, close parenthesis, divided by x. An important note that relative errors are dimensionless. When writing relative error, it is usual to multiply the fractional error by 100 and express it as a percentage. Absolute error and relative error in numerical analysis. Numerical analysis is concerned with the method of finding the approximate values and the absolute errors. In these calculations, the absolute error gives how large the error is, while the relative error gives how large the error is relative to the correct value. In numerical calculation, error may occur due to the following reasons, like round of error, truncation error, mean absolute error. The mean absolute error is the average of all absolute error of the data collected. It is abbreviated as MEI. Mean absolute error. It is obtained by dividing the sum of all absolute errors with the number of errors. Thank you and God bless.